morning, everyone. I have been a little busy this week, so I haven't picked up the camera until now. Let's see. Yesterday, which was Thursday, I just pretty much stayed at home and I'm working on jewelry, and I will show you what I've been looking to do and working on so far. I had a lot to do. I had bedding to take care of. I wash my mattress cover every quarter and sheets to do and all of that kind of stuff. So that was just busy work yesterday. And then we watched the Dallas Cowboys game. Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan just because of my husband, not me personally, but because he loves them, I'm going to love them too. And they did pretty well, but we lost. Anyway, we were hoping for a good season, but I'm not a super big football fan, but I've tried to get better because my husband loves it so much. So anyway, Wednesday, I went to my sister's home. I did not record any of that because it was a day of cleaning out and putting things together, and there's no way to film that. She is in a big, huge clothing clear out and trying to get her closet straightened up. As you know, in the past, I have gone to help her before. I helped her with her kitchen. We went through every drawer, every cabinet, every nook and cranny, and tried to straighten up as much as possible and get things in order. She is not a thrower. She's a keeper. I am a thrower, and I will keep certain things, but I have no problem getting rid of things. So it's hard to work with a keeper because they don't see a reason for giving up things that they've had for years and years. I don't know. I've never really been a keeper. I'm not super sentimental. Things of this world are of this world, and you know, I'll enjoy them while I'm here, but I'm not going to keep them if they have no purpose. So I'm pretty good at throwing out, so she likes for me to come and help her. And we did okay. I even got 3 outfits from her. So she was getting rid of clothes. She's going to give them to a friend that she knows they're in her town. So, you know, everything will go to good use. So that's what I worked on Wednesday. Let's see. Tuesday. What did I do Tuesday? I don't think anything. I think I was just working on jewelry. I'm pretty sure. And then, of course, Monday was Labor Day, and we got home from Oklahoma City, and then we drove back into the city to tell Suzanne goodbye for her week, and she has had an extremely busy week. It is homecoming in her town, and so she's been, you know, we've barely talked to her because she's super busy. So homecoming for her is tonight, and yeah. So it is Friday, and my husband will be home shortly. We are having some unusual weather. It's not sunny. Yesterday was 96 degrees. Today will be 72. That's quite a difference. So we've had a cold front move in, and we're going to keep it for about, I think, 3 or 4 days. And then it's going to heat up next week. So I was supposed to go out and work in the yard today, but I didn't because of the rain. And I didn't because I am in another town about 30 miles away from us toward the, let's see, what direction would it be? Toward the west. No, towards the east. Yeah, east. And I had to go to the Social Security Administration. And if you're in Texas, you know about this. And if you're not, you may have heard. Texas finally repealed something that they've had in place for years and years and years and years. An educator could not draw their Social Security benefits if they were an educator and retired and were drawing their benefits from their teacher retirement. So if you worked before you got into education and you had all of your points for Social Security, you could not draw on it. And I think we are one of what, maybe 19 states that do that. Well, Texas, I don't know if you say repealed, anyway, got rid of that and changed it. And now educators can claim their Social Security benefits if they, had the points. You have to have 40 points. I did work some before I taught, but I only have 19 points. My husband worked on a farm. His dad was a farmer, so he worked every summer, and even when he was in high school, and his dad paid into Social Security for him. So he has all of his points and fully qualified. So, thank you, dear Lord, for this blessing. He will now get to reap those benefits, which will help greatly with expenses that keep piling up and things that keep breaking and things that need, replaced and repaired and fixed and all that kind of stuff. So, he'll be drawing, I think, soon. Well, I did not know or realize that I, too, can bank off of his retirement with Social Security. Even though I do not have enough points, I can benefit from his, even though he is still living. I thought it was when someone passed that you can draw their benefits, but no, a spouse is also, you can also qualify. I was shocked. I didn't know. It's not going to be like a ton, but anything is going to help, and I will be extremely grateful and thankful. And yeah, because I'm always fussing about I don't have enough money. I have to be careful. I have to budget. I will still budget. This money is probably going to go into savings, which is what it needs to do for the future, because you never know where you're going to be when you get older. So I need to have some savings there. I have a little bit of savings. It's not even enough to even talk about from my mother's home. My sister and I sold my mother's home when she passed, but her home was old and it didn't get much, so we didn't get very much from that, but I certainly put it up. I spent half of it because I had to repair my patio, and I had to get some roots from trees pulled up, so I spent some there. But the rest of it is definitely in savings, and I have not touched it, thank goodness. So I hope I can keep doing that for various reasons, not only to take care of me when I get old, but to leave it for Suzanne when I am gone. That's always a thought, So I am in that town, and I went to the Social Security office here. It was very intimidating. I'd never been in anything like that before, but all I had to do was give them my marriage certificate. They made a copy. They made a certified copy of it. So that was what I was doing today. And then I will have a phone interview in October to finish the whatever it is they need to, have everything in place and be able to qualify for drawing the benefits. So that's what I'm doing today. Got that done. So this town has a Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to run in real quick and see what they have. There's something that I need from the jewelry department. I hope they have it. And then I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time over here. I thought they had a little boutique. If they do, I'll try to find it. And then I'm going to go they have a wonderful Mexican food place. Of course, it's Mexican food, called The Plaza. And I may run in and get take-home food for my husband and I, because we really enjoy The Plaza. So let's go into Hobby Lobby real quick. I know that was a long introduction, but that will kind of give you an idea of what I've been up to. So let's go. It is windy, it is cold, and I don't want to stay around here long. This is a tiny Hobby Lobby. It's not near as big as the one in the city, but I tell you what, being this small, it's a medium-sized town. It's nice to have a Hobby Lobby that you can come to. So this is the entrance to it. It's just really cute. They have everything set up for football. They have everything ready for autumn. So it'll be kind of nice to come in here and kind of look around. So we shall see what they have. Floral, of course. And I need to pick up a 2026 calendar. So let's find one real quick. Because I always get it in September, so I'll be ready for the new year if we're still here. I think what I'm going to choose is the Songbirds of Faith for 2026, and it is $9.99. So from florals to ribbons of all colors and plants, fake plants and pottery. Here's a little bit of autumn decor. I am getting ready to get out my autumn decor and go through it, get rid of some things, and I'm going to stick with a pumpkin theme and kind of get rid of everything that I've had forever and ever. So if I see something pumpkin-y, maybe that will help. Autumn leaves, pretty wreaths, and I love scarecrows, but I may even give up my scarecrow collection. I don't know, although those are really cute. I don't know about a large one. It's just too dirty in our area, too dusty to keep these out on the porch. I decided I needed a basket. I want to be hands-free shopping. So let's pick up a cart. Oh, beautiful, beautiful autumn colors. Now, I don't really want to talk about Christmas yet. Let's don't go there. Just autumn, please. Here are some things that I might could use that are on sale in my jewelry. Let's take a quick peek at some of the little made with love charms that I put on all of my jewelry. And I might get somebody to pick up a couple of those. Oh, gracious. Look at all the autumn cute mats. I've always kind of wanted a mat for the door. But, I don't know. Pumpkins galore. Oh, remember when I made all the velvet pumpkins? And now they're just $2.99. Well, I'm trying to figure out what colors I want for our next retired teachers meeting. So I think I have decided to go with these paper plates and napkins and the table cover. I think that will be pretty. This is the little town that I am exploring. They have a pretty little courthouse, and it is raining currently. And I've gotten my order placed, and I'm just kind of waiting. It's going to take about 15 minutes. So I thought, well, I'll just come down and see what's in their downtown area. So I'm going to go in this little shop. I think it has a variety of things at antiques, so I'm gonna go in and see what it's all about. There is a cool mural painted on the wall. Goodness, that's really good. Flowers across the street, Kiki's decor. Anyway, this one is called, I'm not sure what it's called, but let's see if we can find out. The Sparrow. This is a total antique store. It has booths. So this won't take long because I don't really need to look at anything today particularly. Cute. Well, I don't know. Just a little bit of clothing, but I don't think anything that I desperately need. I will have to cover over the music. There's a little bit of music playing. This is a pretty little booth. You know, I don't think I'm going to go through everything. I think I'm just going to go to the edges because I wasn't sure. Oh, look how cute this football jacket is. This is kind of the way I remember where my grandmother lived. The streets kind of looked like this. Well, I better get off the camera because I've got to follow where the map is directing me. I thought I would quickly show you what I've been doing jewelry-wise. I made this bracelet, which was inspired by this bracelet right there. I had a flower pendant, but it was really, really large. So instead of doing the flower, I just stuck with a pretty little heart. I thought this one was kind of pretty. And I actually strung this. I tried some KO Japanese thread, and it worked out pretty good. I think it will be fine. And it just makes the bracelet very movable. It's very, very soft, and it moves much better than it does on wire. It's a little bit harder to do the threading, but I thought for this particular one, I wanted to do something special and something different. And then I worked on, let me see how good this will show up. It's kind of late at night, so I don't know how good it's going to show up. I worked on this necklace. It has different semi-precious gemstones all the way through it. And each time I used a semi-precious gemstone, I put a little pendant piece that stuck from it. So here's the rose quartz. Here is green amethyst. Here is sunstone. This is, of course, amethyst. This is lapis, which I always like to use. This is coral. This one is amazonite. And then this is citrine. And then when I got to the bottom, instead of doing citrine for two little, I didn't want to add two more charms. I decided to do a charm that had each one of the represented gemstones. So citrine is down here, and then amazonite, coral, lapis, amethyst, sunstone, green aventurine. I hope that's what I said a while ago. And then rose quartz. And then I separated each one with these really pretty silver spacers. And the silver spacers that hold the pendant are larger than the spacers that go between each set of gemstones. So I just thought this one would be different. And I'm making shorter necklaces right now, so I'm hoping that that will appeal to more people when I do my craft show in October. And yes, I'm going to participate in a show that is going to be in a silo in the country. So we'll see how that's going to go. And then well, I'll show you what's coming up next. I am inspired by this piece right here, and I love how the circle of gemstones or crystals is holding a pendant with additional pieces on it. And I'm not going to follow it exactly, but I'm going to stay sort of close and do a little bit of gold and silver mixtures. So I'm using, these are Swarovski crystals. So I'm going to do a set of warms and cools and make the circular pieces here. So warm and cool Swarovski crystals, and then the pendant is going to be made out of these. The circle is going to be made out of this, and then I've already picked my amethyst stone, which is located here, and then from there I'm going to go in this direction. And this, look, y'all, look at this. These Swarovski crystals, they're just like candy. Look how they sparkle. They are so, so pretty. So it'll be fun to use some of those. And then I have my pearls picked out. These are seed pearls, and I think they will look really pretty at the top where this part of the necklace is. So I'm using the necklaces and the bracelets for inspiration, but I'm not copying exactly. It's just an idea. All right, let me show you what I got from Hobby Lobby today. This is my pile that I collected that was on sale. So let's see what I picked to show you each one of the pieces that I chose. So from the Metal Gallery, I thought this flower pendant was just adorable. Sorry, I'm having trouble holding it. And it's kind of interrupted by the sale tag. So I don't know if you can see that, but isn't that pretty? So it's flowers in a jar, a metal piece. And then these are just spacer beads, and I thought they were really pretty. Some have crystals, really nice, and you can see their price that it was reduced from $5 to $1.24. I think that's pretty good. And this one was just adorable. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I thought that was the cutest thing. A little purse with a red dome glass bead. Adorable. It was 99 cents from $3.99. I thought that was cute. And then I told you I was going to get me some of the Made with Love charms. So I got 2 sets of those, and then a silver set. Let's see if I can find those. Yeah, here's the silver set with Made with Love. I prefer the heart ones because I always put a Made with Love, either a heart or a little something special like this that also says Made with Love. So I always put those on my jewelry pieces. Here are some more of the spacer beads from $4.99 to $1.24. And they are also, they have crystals in them. And I needed some of the head pins in gold. I really wanted the ones with knobs, but I just found the flat-edged ones. And then I'm going to use these as pieces to put pendants on, to use like the way this is done right here. And it holds the pendant. That's what I'm going to use these things for. And they were half off of $3.99. I got gold ones, and then I also got silver ones that look like this. And these are silver plated. And then I got some more head pins, but these are 18 karat gold plated. So I will use these for special pieces. And then these are actually rings, but I'm going to use them as pendant holders. And I thought they were real pretty. And again, all of these were half price. All of them. Everything I bought today was half price. And then I thought these were cute. They're supposed to be like earrings, but I take them off and use them as pendants. Reduced from $4.99 to $1.24. You could use them for earrings, but I probably won't. I'll use it as a pendant. And I thought this was really pretty. And I actually thought about using this where that necklace has a silver loved heart. I could use this on the one that I'm going to make. So I may put it down here so that I'll remember that. And again, it was 74 cents, reduced from $5.99. I thought that was great. And then I needed quite a few more silver-plated ear posts. And I also wanted 18 karat gold-plated ear posts. I think I got a couple of sets of those. No, these are different. These are ear wires, but they are still 18 karat gold plated. I prefer to use those rather than the nickel free. And let's see. And here are some more silver plated, and these are the leatherback earrings. I do like the leatherbacks. My sister doesn't like leatherback, but I really do. I prefer using those. And then I have ordered some scarves to do the, well, there's a thing going on using scarves for jewelry. So I'm going to use the neckerchief and string it through this gold chain and then put a pendant on the end. And this one was also half price, so from $6.99, which would be, $7 to $3.50. So I thought that was a good deal. And then I needed some number 7, not a thread. This is not the kind I usually use, but it's okay. It's stainless steel. It'll work. My favorite kind is the bead Elan. That's my favorite because they are a little bit more special, a little bit better quality, I would say. I'm not familiar with that company, so we'll see how that works out. But I have number 19, which strings really well, but the number 7 I need for certain things when I don't want it to be quite so heavy. And then I picked up 3 of the glass beads because I use these as spacers many times. So I got a gold, a silver, and a pearl. I thought that would be really pretty, used as spacing pieces. And then I wanted some rose quartz small beads. These are 6mm rose quartz. Again, this is all half price from $7.49. Half price. It's a pretty good double strand of rose quartz. And then I also got 2 lapis. I wanted a third one, but the third one was dyed jade, and I did not want that. I wanted it to actually say lapis. And again, this was half price. So $3 for the 8mm and $3 for the 6mm, just a little bit smaller, because I use lapis a lot in my jewelry. Okay, that is my haul from Hobby Lobby for my jewelry making. I think I got some pretty good deals, and I'm excited to use these coming up in my future designs. This is what I picked up today at Hobby Lobby. I think it's probably gonna go outside. It's so cute though. I'm not sure I want it to go outside. Anyway, they put a metal leaf. This is made out of metal, this part right here. And then it's just on wood. And what attracted me to it was the blue pumpkin, because my favorite color is blue. So there we go. I thought that was kind of cute. And it was 40% off of the price. I don't know if it says down here what it is. I guess not. So I think it was like $12. So maybe it was $7 or $8. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a pretty big piece for that price. And I like to change my calendar every year. And this time I had a different one. I didn't have the bird one, but I think it was a Friends type calendar. Anyway, for September, it has mushrooms. And I thought that was really cute for the September calendar. These are Lang, L-A-N-G calendars. And I've had this Lang blue wooden frame forever. I mean, like way back when we were living in our other towns. That's been over 25 years ago. So I've kept it for a long time, and I always like to refill it with the New Year calendar. I picked up a couple of hand towels for autumn. I thought these were really pretty. I liked this one because it had embroidered pumpkins. Hey there, pumpkin. And it had a set of 2, and these were 40% off. So I thought these would be pretty to change out from my hand towels that I have hanging on my oven. So we're gonna take off the summer and we're gonna go to the autumn. This was also kind of cool. When I went to see my sister on Wednesday to help her in my old hometown, there is a famous Mexican restaurant that people just flock to from all around, and it's called the El Camino. Anyway, they have changed owners, and they have really fixed up the restaurant and changed it around, took out the carpet, and really is painted and made it really beautiful. Anyway, a lot of Kenneth Wyatt's paintings and prints are hanging in that restaurant, and I'm pretty sure that he did this one for their cover of their menu. And anyway, they were just giving people who were customers of the El Camino from long ago if they wanted a souvenir. So when I checked out, I had a takeout meal that I wanted to bring home to my husband and myself, and she said, I had talked to her about how I grew up there, and the El Camino was just a staple after Sundays when I was growing up. So she said, oh, hey, I'm giving menus. Would you like to have an old menu? And I said, oh, I would love it. So this is one of the old original menus where they even marked out prices and changed them to a higher amount. And the prices just keep going up and up and up and up. But these are the last menus that they had before they printed out their new ones. And I was really thrilled that she offered this to me to keep. And yes, the front cover is by Kenneth Wyatt, Bread and Good Times. And if you can read Spanish, Pan a Buen Tiempo. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but yeah. And it kind of explained that Dr. Kenneth Wyatt did this for the cover of the menu. And I thought that was really special. They were also cutting up the carpet. There was famous red carpet there, and they were cutting it up in squares and selling it to people. And she said, I have a few left. Would you like one? And I passed on the carpet, but the menu is going to mean a lot to me, so that'll be a special souvenir for me to keep. And it won't take up any room. You know, it's just a paper menu. So I was kind of tickled to have that. Pretty late at night. I am tired. I had a really good day. We watched the, what was it? We watched the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers, and I didn't finish watching the whole game. Like I said, I'm not a super football fan. Really, my husband is only interested in watching Dallas, but he did watch this one and just worked on my computer and did a few things. And so I thought I'd come in and show you real quick before I go take my shower what I got at Hobby Lobby. And tomorrow, Saturday, I'm going to make some chili. My husband's going to go out and mow the yard. We're going to have a cool weekend. It's going to be in the 70s. So I thought chili sounded really good for a weekend meal. So I will see you tomorrow for chili. And I'm thinking of getting out my autumn decorations. So we'll see what I feel like when I get up. So good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good afternoon. It is Saturday, and I spent the morning decorating for autumn, which I will share with you later. Right now, we are hungry, and I made chili. I have shared my chili recipe once before. I won't go into doing it again because it's been the same every time I make chili, but I will show what it looks like. And then later, either this evening or some other time, I don't know when would be best because my husband is home and we're going to watch a movie together. But I will show you what the chili looks like. Chili is ready. Everything's cleaned up. It's just, I call it Lora's chili. It's my recipe that I came up with long ago, and I just keep doing the same thing over and over. We top it with cheddar cheese, sour cream. I've been loving the Herdez guacamole salsa. We like it with Fritos, but I do have some leftover chips that we could get into if we need it. We like the scoops variety so that you can dip into the chili. And then I cut up an avocado for myself. My husband doesn't usually eat avocado, but I like avocado on top of my chili. So really, really simple lunch today. Actually, it's a lupper. It's 4 o'clock, so it's between dinner and supper, or dinner, lunch and dinner, if you want to say dinner. My husband mowed the yard today, and I just stayed in and decorated for the coming autumn season, which I'm excited about. We've got cool temperatures, so chili seemed just right. So we are going to enjoy chili.